Have you ever felt like your body is keeping a secret from you? That somewhere after your 60th birthday, the rules of the game secretly changed without your consent? You eat the same healthy foods, you walk the same familiar paths, you even lift the same weights, but a silent thief is at work, stealing the strength and vitality from your muscles. This isn't just a feeling, it's a biological reality called anabolic resistance, a phenomenon where your muscles begin to turn a deaf ear to the very commands that once made them grow strong. It's a slow, quiet erosion of your physical independence, turning simple joys like playing with grandchildren or pursuing a passion into daunting tasks. This insidious process is not about a sudden failure, but a gradual unraveling of the lines of communication between what you consume and what your body can actually build. The protein you so carefully include in your diet, once the premium fuel for your muscular engine, now seems to arrive at a construction site where the workers have grown weary and the foreman's instructions are lost in a sea of static. It is this frustrating disconnect that leads to sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass, function, and strength, which stands as one of the most significant threats to longevity and quality of life in our later years. But what if the key to reversing this decline, to restoring the clarity of that command and reawakening those dormant workers, wasn't in a high-tech gym or a complicated, expensive supplement, but hiding in plain sight in your fruit bowl? It sounds almost paradoxical, a truth so simple it feels radical. We've been taught to think of fruits as simple sources of sugar, vitamins, and fiber, not as powerful tools for rebuilding our bodies. Yet, cutting-edge research from world-class institutions is flipping that script entirely. Scientists are discovering that specific fruits contain potent bioactive compounds that do more than just provide nutrition. They actively fight the root causes of age-related muscle loss. These compounds are like a master key, unlocking your body's dormant potential to repair, regenerate, and grow stronger. They are not merely passive nutrients, but active biological modulators, capable of quieting the inflammatory noise, boosting cellular energy production, and enhancing the very signals that tell your muscles it is time to grow. This isn't about just staying healthy, it's about reclaiming your power. It's about ensuring that the years ahead are defined not by limitation, but by vibrant energy and unwavering agency. Ignore this, and you risk missing out on one of the simplest, most profound ways to rewrite your own aging process, to intervene in a narrative that many have been told is inevitable. What you are about to discover are the 5 specific fruits that act as muscle-saving tools, especially after 60, and the precise, science-backed strategies to turn them into your greatest allies in the fight for a stronger, more capable future. As we cross the threshold into our 60s and beyond, our body's internal communication system begins to operate differently, a subtle yet profound shift that can leave us feeling perplexed and powerless. You might diligently follow a healthy lifestyle, consuming adequate protein, engaging in regular physical activity, and ensuring you get enough rest, yet still notice a frustrating decline in muscle tone and overall strength. This isn't a personal failure or a sign of lapsed discipline. It is the clinical onset of anabolic resistance, the invisible barrier to strength. Think of your muscles as a bustling, high-tech factory in your youth. When a shipment of protein arrives at the loading dock, the factory manager, representing your muscle cells, immediately and authoritatively shouts orders over the intercom. The workers, or cellular machinery, spring into action, and the intricate process of muscle protein synthesis, the creation of new muscle fibers, runs at peak efficiency. The factory is vibrant, responsive, and productive. However, as we age, it's as if the factory's internal power supply begins to dim and its communication lines become frayed with static. That same high-quality shipment of protein arrives, but the manager's voice is now a faint whisper, barely audible above the din of cellular noise. The signal is weak, the machinery is less responsive, and the entire production line slows to a crawl. This physiological slowdown is driven by a complex convergence of factors that conspire against muscle maintenance. Chronic low-grade inflammation, a persistent smoldering state so common in the aging body that it has been nicknamed inflammaging, creates a hostile pro-catabolic environment that actively discourages growth. A natural age-related decline in crucial anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone further dampens the growth signals, turning the foreman's shout into a barely perceptible murmur. Furthermore, the vascular network that feeds the muscles can become less efficient, constricting the delivery of vital oxygen and nutrients and hindering the removal of metabolic waste, effectively starving the factory of its essential supplies. Perhaps most critically, the mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside every single muscle cell, become less numerous, less potent, and more prone to dysfunction. But here is the empowering and transformative truth. This is not a one-way street toward frailty. The right nutritional inputs can act like a master electrician and a brilliant communications technician rolled into one, arriving at the factory to restore power, clear the static from the lines, and amplify the manager's voice. Specific bioactive compounds found in certain fruits can directly turn down the inflammatory noise, improve blood flow by enhancing vascular function, and literally help your cells build new, more efficient mitochondria. This is where food transcends simple nourishment and becomes a powerful, targeted intervention, allowing your body to once again hear, understand, and act upon the signals to grow strong and resilient. Blueberries are universally celebrated for their high antioxidant content, a reputation that, while well-deserved, barely scratches the surface of their true genius, especially for the aging body struggling against the tide of anabolic resistance. These small, dark, and delicious berries possess a remarkable and deeply fundamental ability that directly combats one of the primary drivers of age-related fatigue and muscle loss: the decline of our cellular engines. They contain compounds that empower your body to build more mitochondria, the microscopic power plants packed by the thousands inside your muscle fibers, which are responsible for generating the vast majority of the energy, or ATP, your body uses. As we age, these power plants naturally dwindle in number and decline in efficiency, a process known as mitochondrial dysfunction. This leaves our muscles with a profound and chronic energy deficit, which manifests not just as generalized fatigue, but as a compromised ability to function at the most basic level. This is why recovery from simple exertion takes longer, why activities that were once effortless now feel strenuous, and why muscle tissue struggles to find the energy required to repair itself and synthesize new proteins. Groundbreaking research has revealed that the vibrant pigments that give blueberries their deep blue and purple hues, a class of flavonoids known as anthocyanins, can trigger a powerful cellular renewal process called mitochondrial biogenesis. In essence, these anthocyanins act as potent signaling molecules, instructing your cells to construct brand new, better functioning mitochondria. One landmark study conducted on older adults found that daily consumption of blueberries led to significant measurable improvements in their mitochondrial function, and, even more impressively, translated into superior performance on functional strength and balance tests, all without any other changes to their exercise routine. It is the biological equivalent of upgrading the entire electrical grid of your muscles, providing them with the raw, abundant energy they so desperately need to respond to protein intake, to recover from the stresses of daily activities, and to actively resist the catabolic forces that seek to break them down. Furthermore, the potent anti-inflammatory properties of blueberries create a more favorable, pro-anabolic environment for muscle growth by calming the chronic, low-grade inflammation that silently and relentlessly degrades muscle tissue over time. For maximum benefit, aim to consume a generous cup of fresh or frozen blueberries as freezing locks in the precious anthocyanins within an hour or two of your most protein-rich meal or following any significant physical activity, be it a structured workout or a long walk in the garden. This strategic timing aligns the fruits potent compounds with your body's natural repair and synthesis cycle, creating a daily deposit into your cellular energy bank and proving that the foundation of true, lasting strength begins not in the gym, but at the deeply microscopic cellular level. Muscle is not built in a vacuum. It is a dynamic, living tissue constructed and meticulously maintained by a complex and delicate network of nutrient delivery and metabolic waste removal, all of which depends on one profoundly important but frequently overlooked variable: robust blood flow. If your circulation is compromised, a common consequence of the aging process, your muscles are effectively cut off from the vital oxygen, amino acids, and glucose they need to repair, grow, and function optimally. They are, in essence, being starved. This is where the pomegranate enters the conversation, not merely as a fruit, but as a powerful physiological amplifier for your entire vascular system. Pomegranates are uniquely and densely rich in a class of polyphenolic compounds called ellagitannins. These large molecules are not directly absorbed by the body, but instead travel to the gut, where they are metabolized by specific bacteria into a remarkably powerful bioavailable molecule known as urolithin A. This incredible metabolite performs a crucial and sophisticated task called mitophagy, a highly specific form of cellular quality control that identifies, tags, and removes damaged, dysfunctional, and inefficient mitochondria from your muscle cells. Think of it as a specialized expert cleaning crew methodically clearing out all the broken down and obsolete machinery from your muscle factory floor, thereby freeing up resources and space and allowing the remaining high-functioning equipment to operate with far greater efficiency and power. The impact of this cellular housekeeping is not theoretical or minor. In a major double-blind placebo-controlled clinical trial, older adults who were given a supplement of urolithin A, the very compound derived from pomegranates, experienced significant improvements in their muscle endurance and overall mitochondrial health, even without adding any form of exercise to their daily lives. But the benefits of this remarkable fruit extend even further. Pomegranate and its juice have been shown to naturally and significantly increase the body's production of nitric oxide, a crucial signaling gas that relaxes and widens blood vessels. This improved circulation, or vasodilation, means that more oxygen and more muscle-building nutrients can rush to your muscles, not just during exercise, but critically during the overnight hours when the vast majority of your body's repair and regeneration occurs. A simple yet highly effective way to harness this power is to drink a small glass, around 4 to 6 ounces, of 100% pure pomegranate juice, or eat half a cup of the fresh arils in the evening, perhaps an hour or so before bed. This timing helps to support and enhance your body's natural overnight repair cycle, boosting vascular function while you sleep and synergizing with the natural nighttime pulses of growth hormone. When you improve circulation this profoundly, you feel it everywhere, not just in the strength and endurance of your muscles, but in the clarity of your mind, the health of your heart, and your overall sense of vibrant energy, reconnecting you to a feeling of vitality that many mistakenly assume is lost to the passage of time. If you have ever felt a deep, lingering, and disproportionate soreness after an activity that once felt easy, or if you find that your recovery time between periods of exertion seems to stretch on for days rather than hours, you are experiencing a distinct hallmark of the aging process, a heightened and prolonged inflammatory response to physical stress. Fortunately, nature has provided a potent, delicious, and almost medicinal solution to this very problem in the form of tart cherries. Distinct from their sweeter cousins like the Bing or Rainier varieties, tart cherries, particularly the Montmorency variety, are packed with an exceptionally high concentration of powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds, including anthocyanins and other flavonoids. These natural agents work systemically to dial down the body's inflammatory response to the physical stress of activity, significantly reducing the exercise-induced muscle damage and subsequent soreness that can so easily derail a consistent fitness routine and create a psychological barrier to staying active. The scientific literature is replete with studies that have consistently demonstrated the remarkable effects of this humble fruit. In one well-regarded trial, long-distance runners who drank tart cherry juice for several days before and after a marathon experienced substantially less strength loss, significantly reduced markers of inflammation in their blood, and reported far less pain compared to a group that consumed a placebo. Even more compelling for the general population, these profound benefits are not reserved for elite athletes pushing their bodies to the absolute limit. Similar impressive results have been found in older adults after simple, everyday activities like extended walking, gardening, or engaging in light resistance training. The unique combination of compounds in tart cherries works to accelerate the repair of the microscopic tears in muscle fibers that cause soreness and to blunt the cascade of oxidative damage that contributes to prolonged weakness and stiffness. A highly effective and evidence-based protocol is to drink a small glass, approximately 8 ounces, of unsweetened tart cherry juice in the evening about 1 to 2 hours before your intended bedtime. This simple strategy becomes a powerful 2-for-1 benefit. Not only does it provide your muscles with the anti-inflammatory support they need to recover and rebuild overnight, but the naturally occurring melatonin present in tart cherries has also been shown to promote deeper, more restorative sleep, which is precisely the time when your body performs its most critical muscle building and tissue repair work, driven by the nighttime release of human growth hormone. This is psychologically transformative. When your body recovers quickly and with less pain, it effectively breaks the debilitating feedback loop of pain and activity avoidance, reinforcing a sense of physical capability and encouraging you to stay engaged with the life you want to live. It helps rewrite the internal narrative from "I'm too old and frail for this" to "my body is resilient and can still bounce back." Most of us see watermelon as little more than a refreshing, hydrating, and delightfully sweet treat on a hot summer day, a symbol of picnics and simple pleasures. Yet, hidden within the juicy red flesh and, most potently, in the often discarded white part of the rind, lies a powerful non-essential amino acid called L-citrulline. For anyone over the age of 60 concerned with preserving their strength and vitality, this compound is a veritable game changer, as it has been scientifically shown to perform a trifecta of muscle-supporting actions, boosting the body's production of nitric oxide, dramatically enhancing blood flow, and even helping to stimulate the release of human growth hormone, all of which are absolutely essential elements for rebuilding and preserving precious muscle tissue. Once consumed, your body's kidneys efficiently convert L-citrulline into another amino acid, L-arginine, which in turn serves as the primary fuel for the production of nitric oxide. This simple gas acts as a potent vasodilator, sending a signal to the smooth muscles lining your arteries and blood vessels to relax and widen, effectively turning your circulatory pathways from narrow country lanes into multi-lane superhighways for nutrient delivery. For an aging body, which often contends with stiffening arteries and reduced circulatory efficiency, this effect can powerfully counteract the natural decline, ensuring that the protein, glucose, and oxygen you consume actually reach your muscle fibers where they are needed most for repair and growth. But perhaps the most fascinating and strategic benefit of L-citrulline may be its influence on growth hormone, a key player in muscle repair, bone density, and fat metabolism, whose levels naturally and significantly wane as we age. Emerging research suggests that the substantial boost in nitric oxide created by L-citrulline supplementation can help to stimulate a more robust nighttime pulse of growth hormone from the pituitary gland, perfectly timed to coincide with your body's main recovery window during deep sleep. To leverage this powerful effect, consider adopting a simple but highly strategic evening protocol. Consume 1 to 2 generous cups of watermelon, making a conscious effort to include some of the nutrient-dense white rind about an hour or two before you go to bed. This specific timing optimizes nitric oxide production for enhanced overnight blood flow and synergistically aligns with the potential stimulation of your body's most potent natural repair hormones. This isn't just about building bigger muscles. It's about nourishing an entire integrated physiological system. The same improved circulation that benefits your muscles also supports the health of your heart, the function of your brain, and your overall sense of energy and vitality, serving as a powerful daily reminder that aging doesn't have to be a story of inevitable decline, but can instead be a conscious process of intelligent, strategic, and delicious self-care. We often place an immense focus on consuming enough protein, and while meeting our daily protein requirements is undeniably crucial for muscle maintenance, it represents only half of a complex and vital equation. The most perfectly cooked piece of fish or the most meticulously crafted protein shake is rendered largely ineffective if your body cannot properly digest, absorb, and ultimately utilize those precious amino acids. Your ability to shuttle those essential building blocks from your bloodstream into your muscle cells is heavily dependent on your body's insulin sensitivity, a critical metabolic factor that commonly and quietly declines with age, silently sabotaging even the most dedicated efforts to stay strong. This is precisely where the humble kiwi fruit emerges as an unexpectedly powerful and multifaceted ally, rich in a unique proteolytic enzyme called actinidin, as well as being an excellent source of vitamin C and a balanced blend of both soluble and insoluble fiber. Kiwis have been shown in clinical studies to dramatically improve glucose metabolism and, remarkably, to enhance the very digestion and absorption of dietary protein itself. Scientific studies have demonstrated that simply adding 2 kiwis to one's daily diet can significantly improve insulin sensitivity, which allows the body to manage blood sugar more effectively after meals, and in turn enables muscle cells to respond more robustly to the anabolic signals delivered by insulin. The actinidin enzyme, which is found in abundance in green kiwis, goes to work directly in the stomach and small intestine, helping to break down complex protein molecules more efficiently and making their constituent amino acids more bioavailable for uptake into the bloodstream and subsequent delivery to muscle tissue for repair. This is especially beneficial for older adults who may experience reduced stomach acid production, a common age-related issue that can significantly hinder protein absorption from food. But the kiwi's synergistic benefits don't stop there. Further compelling research has shown that consuming 2 kiwis approximately 1 hour before bed can help people fall asleep faster, stay asleep for longer periods, and report significantly better overall sleep quality. This profound sleep-enhancing effect is attributed to the fruit's unique combination of antioxidants and high concentration of serotonin, a precursor to the sleep hormone melatonin, which supports the body's natural circadian rhythms. Therefore, adopting a simple evening protocol of eating 1 or 2 ripe kiwis about 30 minutes after a protein-rich dinner can create a powerful and synergistic trifecta of benefits: enhanced digestion and absorption of the protein from that very meal, stabilized blood sugar to promote a pro-anabolic state, and deeper, more restorative sleep, the perfect internal environment for maximizing overnight muscle repair and regeneration. You now possess the empowering knowledge that 5 specific fruits, blueberries, pomegranate, tart cherry, watermelon, and kiwi, are far more than just healthy snacks to be eaten at random. They are strategic, science-backed, and highly targeted biological tools that can help you meaningfully slow age-related muscle loss, accelerate post-activity repair, and restore a profound and palpable sense of vitality and strength, particularly after the age of 60. Each one of these remarkable fruits masterfully targets a different yet interconnected biological pathway that is absolutely critical for maintaining strength and function as we age. Blueberries work at the most fundamental level to restore your cellular energy by building new mitochondria. Pomegranates act as a systemic amplifier for your circulation, ensuring that life-giving nutrients can reach every tissue. Tart cherries serve as potent natural firefighters, quelling the inflammation that hinders recovery and promotes pain. Watermelon provides the raw materials to support powerful overnight growth signals that drive repair while you sleep. and kiwi acts as the ultimate nutrient optimizer, ensuring that the protein you eat is actually absorbed and that your body is primed for growth. When you begin to consciously and strategically address all of these interconnected systems in concert, you create the ideal internal environment for your body to not just survive the aging process, but to actively thrive, adapt, and even grow stronger within it. Putting this knowledge into daily practice can be a simple, enjoyable, and delicious endeavor. Think of it as creating a weekly framework of nutritional support for your muscles, intelligently rotating these fruits to provide your body with a full and varied spectrum of their unique benefits. One evening, you might pair the sleep-enhancing qualities of a late-night kiwi with the powerful recovery properties of a small glass of tart cherry juice. The next, you could combine the circulatory boost of pomegranate juice earlier in the evening with a bowl of blueberries and yogurt after dinner. There is no single rigid prescription, only a consistent and intelligent commitment to fueling your biology with the specific compounds it needs to fight back against anabolic resistance. This journey is about more than just fruit. It is about reclaiming the fundamental and deeply empowering belief that your body is still responsive, still trainable, and still beautifully capable of positive adaptation and growth. The physical decline so often attributed to chronological age is not an inevitable sentence. It is frequently a direct result of chronic disuse and a profound lack of the right biological signals. Your body is always listening, always waiting for instructions. By making these small, consistent, and strategic choices, you are sending it the most powerful and life-affirming signal of all, that you are actively investing in your strength, your recovery, and the vibrant, capable, and independent self you are meant to be for all the years to come.